Hello. We are Group 2 and our final project topic is spatial analysis of nursing homes in Singapore under aging trends. First, let me introduce the background. Singapore's population structure has shifted with rapid aging, with fewer young people and more elderly. Declining birth rates and longer life expectancy drive this change, reshaping approaches to aging and care in society. Nursing home growth may not keep pace with the rapidly aging population, raising concerns about meeting the rising demand for elderly care services. Our research questions are: 1. What is the spatial distribution characteristic of nursing homes in Singapore? 2. What are the spatial patterns of nursing home capacity and demand? Are certain areas underserved in elderly care? 3. What about the accessibility of the nursing homes in Singapore? The data collections we employed are elderly population data, nursing home information and traffic data. Nursing homes information was collected from Google API by geocoding. The Python code is shown here. We obtained isochrones from Open Route Service as service area. We chose 10-minute driving and 10-minute walking isochrones as service area of each nursing home. The Python code of API request, 10-minute driving isochrones, is shown here. This is our workflow. The spatial analysis of nursing homes is divided into two parts: spatial distribution pattern analysis and accessibility assessment. Kernel density analysis is the most commonly used method to study the spatial distribution characteristics of geographic elements, which can reflect the spatial agglomeration of the whole and the surrounding areas through the spatial location of point elements. This project adopts this method to analyze the spatial distribution characteristics of the population and elderly care institutions in Singapore. The 2SFCA method was utilized to assess the accessibility of nursing homes for elderly residents. This method helps identify areas where accessibility is inadequate, considering walking distance and transportation networks. Python code of 2SFCA is shown here. Then comes the results part. Through kernel density analysis, we can see elderly population density was higher in 4 mature estates, yellow. 3 newer estates, green, had high general and elderly populations. New estates indicating differences in age profiles between older and newer areas. Sengkang had the highest elderly population density. Nursing homes were more concentrated in the central regions, with some coverage in the northeast. Areas with high elderly population densities, such as Bukit Panjang, Choa Chu Kang, and Bukit Merah, had fewer nursing homes, indicating a potential gap in elderly care provision in these areas. This is the service area of each nursing home, within 10-minute driving and 10-minute walking. The results of the 10-minute driving accessibility analysis indicate that accessibility levels improve across most regions when considering a 10-minute drive. High accessibility is observed in the northeast, central, and eastern regions of Singapore, particularly in Hougang, Toa Payoh, Queenstown, and Bukit Merah. In contrast, regions such as the Western Water Catchment, Tuas, and Changi are characterized by low accessibility, likely due to the remoteness of these areas and the presence of industrial, water catchment area or non-residential land use. The results of the 10-minute walking accessibility analysis indicate that areas such as Toa Payoh, Bukit Merah, and Mo Kio, primarily located in the northeast, central, and eastern regions, exhibit higher accessibility level for elderly residents within a 10-minute walking distance are well served, reflecting the presence of established nursing homes located near older housing estates with higher elderly population densities. In contrast, regions such as western, southern, and northern regions demonstrate significantly lower accessibility levels, suggesting an insufficient number of nursing homes or a lack of suitable facilities within walking distance. Our conclusion is: 1. Supply and demand situation. Newer estates may face future nursing home shortages, while mature estates risk being overwhelmed. Nursing home capacity may fall behind population growth, leaving some areas underserved. 2. Spatial pattern. Nursing homes are concentrated in central areas, limiting access for elderly in outer regions. The eastern part of Singapore has higher accessibility level of nursing homes. 3. Recommendations. Offering shuttle services to improve accessibility. Intergenerational housing and integrated facilities to better meet future demand.